Hi guys, it's Adam Newcomb once again, and I said in an earlier video that I was going to do a video about Chris Benoit. So here goes. Hear any sound behind me? It is an absolutely terrible day outside today. It's windy as fuck. It's really, really, really bad outside. So yeah, right. Okay, the first time I saw Chris Benoit wrestle was rocking the WCW days, and I remember putting because I knew nothing about Chris Benoit at this time. I remember putting the telly on, watching a bit of WCW, and he was wrestling Dean Malenko. And that's the first time I was introduced to Chris Benoit, and basically fell in love with his work, his hard work, from there, basically. His great matches against the legendary Eddie Guerrero. Uh, Guy could never really have a bad match with anybody, really. You know, he was chiseled out of stone. He was one of the masters. I mean, I know. Then I learned about the story about him that his idol was the Dynamite Kid. So I was a late starter with Chris Benoit. Really, I wasn't. I didn't know him when he was doing his Japan work and all that. Um, so yeah, big fan. And I know that I was watching him. I was always thinking, where's this guy's career going? Because the only reason why I watched WCW back in the day is because of wrestlers like Rey Mysterio and Psychosis and La Parka and all the cruiserweight and Billy Kidman, all the great matches that WCW do and WWE weren't. And I still watch WWE because I'm a loyal fan to the WWF at the time. Um, so yeah, so I was always like, well, his career's going nowhere in WCW. I mean, he's great matches, but him, Dean Malenko, Barry Saturn decided to obviously leave WCW and come to WWE as the Radicals, which I love the Radicals. So they're great. There was only a few guys that actually careers did escalate to the next stage, which was Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit's career, while Perry Saturn, was obviously wrestling with a mop, and Dean Malenko, they just didn't see anything in his potential because he was so small. I don't know. I don't know why he wasn't pushed that very well. So I fell in love with Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. I mean, Chris Benoit's matches against Kurt Angle, even Austin. I mean, if you guys want to check back, he actually had some classics with Austin on SmackDown. You should go. I mean, I know they got the WWE Network now, so I'm not sure if you can try and find them on there. I mean, I haven't got it yet because I can't actually get it out here yet in Turkey. I haven't got the app for it, but as soon as I do, I'm going to be getting it. Um, yeah, there's some classics on SmackDown. I think this is when Austin was with the WCW against WWE story when he turned heel. Um, you should check them out. But yeah, he had some classics, and I know that many of them stand out, especially the ones against Jericho as well. Uh, the ones that at WrestleMania 20, where he had the match with Triple H and Shawn Michaels, was an absolute classic. Now they actually had another one. I think it was the next night on Raw. They had another one, and I don't think a lot of people recognise that they had a rematch. And it was like they did another match, three of them, and I actually thought that was better than the WrestleMania one. So there's another one you should check out, guys. I don't think anyone knows they even did a rematch after that, and Benoit won it again to still have the world title. So I followed his career, and then out of the blue, he did something that is so terrible and so, you know, disgraceful, and decides to kill his family and himself. Now, I know there's people on the internet that still love Chris Benoit, and I think you guys need a little bit of help in your brains a little bit. Um, saying that, look, number one, Chris Benoit is not going to be in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame for what he did. He tarnished his name. He tarnished his legacy. Bottom line, it's time to remember Daniel and Nancy. They're the victims here. It's not. Let's remember Chris Benoit and celebrate his career. That's gone now. You can't. You just can't do that. And you people that are doing that make me pretty sick, to be honest. Um, but saying that, can we celebrate his wrestling ability? Yes. You have to separate the man from his work. Is that hard to do? Fucking hell, that's hard to do. But I can sit back and watch a Chris Benoit match and not go, killer, murderer. Because you can do that. You can celebrate his in-ring work. That's fine. Because he was one of the greatest. He's in my top 5 of all time. Easily. Easily. The guy was a working machine in the ring. Are we ever going to know why he did this? Why he killed his family? No, we're never going to know. Was it brain damage? There's got to be something wrong with you anyway. If you've got brain damage from taking too many bumps or concussions anyway, there has to be a deep-rooted problem with yourself to go and kill your family. You cannot blame it on someone who has brain damage. It doesn't. There's something in you anyway for you to take you over the edge. Something evil inside you to take you over the edge anyway. If you've got brain damage or not. Bottom line. Bottom line. Was it steroids? No. We're never really going to know. But it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. Crispin was a murderer. He was a murderer. And he was a coward. And he killed his family and then killed himself. That's coward. But we can watch his wrestling work and be amazed by it. There's nothing wrong with that, as in yourself. I don't feel bad for saying that. And I don't feel bad for saying he's still one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. No, I don't have to like the person outside the ring. I can still enjoy his work. Simple. Then someone's going to say, well, why aren't you in the Hall of Fame then if you do? Because of that. WWE didn't want to associate, wash your hands with a murderer. That's like saying, let's put Jeffrey Dahmer in the Hall of Fame. That's like saying, let's put Ted Bundy in the Hall of Fame. Because he was a good, I don't know, writer or something. Let's put him in the Writing Hall of Fame or something. But then he's a murderer, a serial killer. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't do that. No, you can't do it. But Benoit was one of the greats. No doubt about that. But guy was sick, very sick in the head, problems. And then there's all people celebrating, and we love you, Chris Benoit. Rest in peace. Don't rest in peace, man. Burn, you motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, you don't deserve to be resting in peace. But just separate it if you can. It's hard, but it's hard to separate it. But no Hall of Fame for him. No way. But we can still appreciate the work in the ring that he did. I'm not being a fucking hypocrite. I'm just saying, I love to watch some of the legendary Chris Benoit matches. I love watching them. They're amazing to me. Does it mean I like the man? No, I don't. But I like his wrestling ability. I like the Dynamite Kid's wrestling ability. Is he a dick in real life? Yeah. Shawn Michaels is an arsehole in real life, but hey, I love his work. You know, bit different though, because Shawn Michaels hasn't killed anybody, but killed his son and his wife. I still can't believe it. This day, it still haunts me in a way as a fan of wrestling. Anyway, guys, don't worry to go on too much about this. Just my opinion on this. And the people that are loving him and saying rest in peace, you're a fucking bunch of morons, and you need to wake up. And you don't need to do that. You can just say in a blog, oh, he was a great wrestler. Yeah, and we can celebrate the wrestling aspect of his career, not the human person himself. You never knew him anyway. The real victim, the Nancy and whatever his son's name was, Daniel. I think it's Daniel. I could be wrong. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm wrong. They're the victims. We should be remembering them, celebrating their lives, not a fucking cowardly murderer. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. And as always, I'll catch you later.